Good afternoon. I would like to welcome all of you in attendance today and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Bree McKee and I have the privilege and honor of serving as Habitat for Humanity of Kent County's Executive Director. It has been a long time coming to get to today, so thank you for everyone who's played a role in all the preparation and behind the scenes work to make today happen. I think what you'll see today when you hear more about the Plaza Roosevelt project, that this is an example of that great African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. We plan today to share some really exciting news about Plaza Roosevelt, a neighborhood-driven development project designed to enhance access to housing, healthcare, education, economic and community opportunities in this beautiful neighborhood we call Roosevelt Park. Before I introduce the mayor of our great city, I want to take just a brief moment to recognize the other elected officials or their representatives who have also given up their time to join us today. Would you please stand if you are one of those folks so we can take a quick moment to recognize you. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. Now, I am delighted to welcome Grand Rapids Mayor Rosalind Bliss to share a few words with us today. She has been a strong supporter of Plaza Roosevelt and a passionate advocate for affordable housing in our community. Mayor Bliss.
I am so excited to be here today, and especially in having my colleague, Commissioner Schaefer. Thank you for being here and for all your work in the city and for your public service. This is what I love about our city. This is the best part of my day, is being here with you. This is such a testament to what I love the most. I always say what I love the most about this city are the people. And it's the people who come together, who care so deeply about their community, that step up to make amazing things like this happen. This truly would not have happened without so many of you in the room, and I know we're gonna hear from many of you today. So I'm really, really honored to be with you, to just say a few words, but also to say my thank you. Bree, thank you for your incredible leadership and dedication. We are so lucky to have you in our city. So thank you, and I want to thank everyone else. I know Bree deserves a hand. She's amazing. So I don't have to tell all of you that affordable housing continues to be a significant issue in our city, an issue that we wrestle with and is one of our top priorities at the city, but I know is a top priority for many of you in this room today. And I want to take this moment to really applaud the incredible creativity that went into developing solutions like we're gonna hear about today. Solutions that bring together and enhance access to housing, and healthcare, and education, and the other important opportunities that exist in this neighborhood, the assets that are gonna be elevated through this process. The other thing that is beautiful about today is that what you're gonna see is this incredible spirit of collaboration. It is collaboration and partnership that has brought us here today. Plaza Roosevelt is truly a model for successful public, private, nonprofit, and resident cooperation. And I believe this is the model that others in the future will emulate. This is the model we should be raising up in this city. So I am so delighted to be here. I am absolutely excited to watch this development progress, and I am proud to support the work that is happening in this neighborhood. I'm really proud to serve as the mayor of this amazing city. So on behalf of Grand Rapids, on behalf of all of my colleagues at City Hall, I want to say again, thank you. Thank you for all that you do to make Grand Rapids a wonderful and inclusive, a welcoming place for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a really quick few moments to talk a little bit about this site planning process that we have undertaken. So Plaza Roosevelt, as we've discussed, is a neighborhood-driven development plan that literally has been in the planning stages for the past 4 years. Beginning in 2013, neighbors provided input through a variety of opportunities and interventions, through design charrettes, through focus groups, through door-to-door surveys, and through very intentional community planning sessions. Beginning in January of this year, a group of a dozen or so neighbors who live here in Roosevelt Park formalized a leadership committee, which also helped with the decision-making process for the Plaza Roosevelt project. The Resident Partner Committee has been actively involved in developing this site plan that you have in front of you and that you will see throughout the property today. And this committee will continue to serve in a leadership role throughout the planning, the development, and the construction process. We have gone through many, and I mean many, iterations of this site plan, which has been shaped and defined, more importantly, by the goals and the dreams and the aspirations of the neighborhood. For example, we heard from neighbors that it was important to them for safety considerations to keep Runzie Street open. They also shared with us the importance of having access to green space along Granville Avenue to give a welcoming feel to the project. And they cautioned us to make sure that we would have adequate parking, something that our growing city is continuing to wrestle with as an issue. We are so thankful for the invaluable perspectives, the creative ideas, and the enthusiasm brought forth by the Resident Partner Committee and the neighbors in Roosevelt Park. Without their input, the site plan and the vision for this project would not be able to meet the needs of the neighborhood. Working collectively together with our partners in Plaza Roosevelt, the neighbors have been able to develop solutions and drive revitalization that will serve as a catalyst to further strengthen this neighborhood. Speaking of this neighborhood, I'm going to turn the podium over to one of our many partners that you're going to hear from today. But next, I would like to invite Reggie Smith, the president of the Roosevelt Park Neighborhood Association. Reggie.
Welcome to my neighborhood. Welcome to one of the hardest working neighborhoods and community in Grand Rapids. I want to welcome you to this spot because it is here in which residents, their ideas, what they brought to this, it was taken very seriously. And this collaboration was about listening persistently. And that took the 4 years of listening persistently in order for this community to flourish, and which adds to the greater fabric of Grand Rapids. And so the Roosevelt Park Neighborhood Association just plays just a small part in helping to bring about some of those voices who are a part of this process. And I'm just thankful that all the partners, it wasn't about credit, which doesn't happen very often. It was not about everybody whose name is going to be on it. It was not about who was going to get press. It was not about who's going to get recognition. It was about the people who live in this community, and that all the collaborating partners said, we want them to flourish. Because at the end of the day, it is about holistic flourishing, not about separatist flourishing. So I just want to thank you all for coming and thank all the partners who are a part of this. And thank you for one of the most fantastic site plans that you will ever see. The mayor said it. Thank you.
Buenas tardes y bienvenido a nuestro barrio. Good afternoon and welcome to our neighborhood. More than 39 years ago, this organization started providing service in this community to serve our population. We're an active partner and advocate for this community. This project presents an extension of that. We have a vested interest, the Hispanic Center, to ensure that Plaza Roosevelt reflects new opportunities for empowerment and community engagement for the people that we serve. Behind me, you see a photo of young children from our Escuelita program. This summer, we traveled to Phoenix, Arizona with our partners from Grand Rapids Public Schools. We did so because we wanted to expand our reach in education. Our SOUL program, supporting our leaders, will have a space in the Plaza Roosevelt. And we have our partners from GRPS to thank for that. We also are going to have further outreach in education and in the early childhood. And when we went to Phoenix, Arizona, we explored models, national models in education, Latino-based education. And this is because of the commitment from Grand Rapids Public Schools to actually be able to bring the best of the best here to this area. Last, I want to mention our workforce development project. So as we grow in workforce development, one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that this project not only reflects programs for our community, but there's also programs that prepare people to be able to participate in the development of this project. And then after the development of this project, to prepare our community to be engaged in the services in this project. And so it's business owners, entrepreneurs. And so we're committed to this project to make sure that it reflects the community in which we live. Last, I want to thank our board members who are here with us today for the leadership that they've given this organization and the partnership that they've brought forth here in this collaboration. To our chair, Cesar Gonzalez, Carlos Sanchez, and Dr. Tony Baker that I see here from our board. To those of you that are here, thank you very much for your support, and we look forward to further engagement. Thank you.
It is truly an honor to stand before you. I am Teresa Weather O'Neill, your superintendent of the Grand Rapids Public Schools. And before I begin, thank you. Before I begin, I do want to recognize my board members, Dr. Wendy Falb, Dr. Tony Baker, and if I have any other, please stand, you guys. Let's give them a hand. And for my other board members who are not present, we are here today with your transformation plan because of these board members. They dare to say yes to this community. And that took guts to say that we're going to make a change. So for that, I thank my board members for giving us this transformation plan. And then I want to thank Bree and Ivor. You know, had it not been for those two, we wouldn't be here. I talked earlier about, thank you. I talked earlier about sometimes it's difficult to partner with people. But with this group, all 8 partners, it was how do we get to yes, no matter what? How do we get to yes? And so because of that, we have this wonderful, wonderful partnership that grew out of it. I want to thank so many people in this community, from the healthcare, the school, Habitat, and the list goes on and on. Mercy Health. You guys, this is going to be first of its kind, absolutely first for me. And you know, I'll dare and try anything once. So partners, no pressure, no pressure. But I do say I am just so pleased to celebrate this community. I believe in collaborating. I believe in bringing people together to get to yes. So for Southwest Community High School, this is amazing for these children, you guys. This is your transformation. I did tell Ken Klein parents I was giving him until fall of 2018. You guys, he can't pull that off. But 2020, Ken, wherever you are, my kids will walk through this door, and I just want to say thank you to the City Commission, to everyone that played a part of this, because we could not have done it. And then for the taxpayers, had you not said yes to your children, we wouldn't have this $20 million for this project. This is your voice. This is your voice, right? And this is our dream for our kids. So I want to say thank you again as your superintendent for daring to allow us to be different for your transformation plan. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Sanchez. I am the Director of the Latino Business and Economic Development Center at your Ferris State University. It's been a long-standing joke, but it is yours, after all. We are extremely honored to be working here with this group of great organizations. You've heard that there was collaboration, right? You've heard that there was no protagonism, right? The idea is to work for this community and the community to be involved. So we're extremely honored to be working with this group. Through a story, Ferris State University has worked through the schools of pharmacy and optometry with the St. Mary's Clinic in Santa Maria, with other organizations like the Hispanic Center, Granville Avenue Arts and Humanities, and others in this group. What we want to do right now is to increase that partnership and to keep listening to the residents, not to bring what we feel, what the university feels, that are the opportunities for the community, but rather, again, to listen from the community, how can we better engage with them. We have an opportunity to collaborate in a very innovative way. We've done it before through the Teacher Cadet Academy that we've worked with Grand Rapids Public Schools, and of course with the Promesa program, which is just completed its 5th year and expanded the promise of a college education to high school students. So to all those Latino, non-Latino students here in the Granville area, we say again, welcome, bienvenidos a Ferris State University. Gracias.
So hello, my name is Bill Mance. I have the privilege of being the president at Mercy Health St. Mary's. You know, while I do have prepared remarks, I must reflect on what Reggie was saying. This notion of listening persistently. You see, the mission of Mercy is to be a healing and transforming presence in the communities that we serve. Now, to do that, you first have to listen. And so we've been serving this community for over 30 years through Clinica Santa Maria. And what's really interesting from our perspective, I went back and looked. When we first came to this community, we saw about 250 patients a month. Last month, we saw over 1,400. Right, So for me personally, being part of this partnership, to truly see kind of the West Michigan nice, the sense of collaboration and coming together has warmed my heart. So I can't say enough good things about this. I do want to thank Ivor and Bree for their leadership. I mean, it's been incredible. You guys have done just an amazing job. I also want to thank the neighbors. Again, the notion of feedback. Feedback is a gift. Because of your feedback, we will transform that particular clinic. We will grow the clinic. We will respond to your needs. I do believe that this is a national model. I believe West Michigan will be put on the map because of the work here. So thank all of you, and it's our privilege to serve. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Sturdivant. I am the Chief Executive Officer for Dwelling Place. Last time I was in this building, other than our prize, was probably 20 years ago, and I worked for the diocese, and it was sort of coming back to this, a lot of memories. I want to imagine this and this whole area here as a canvas that's kind of woven from the history of many, many generations. And then imagine you're invited to join other artists across the neighborhood and the community to create a piece of art that will inspire everyone who experiences it for generations to come. That's how Dwelling Place sees this opportunity in Plaza Roosevelt. Our part in this extraordinary initiative is to contribute what we do best. That is the creation of affordable rental housing and commercial spaces that will serve the needs of the neighborhood for many years to come. We are truly inspired by the extent of community engagement, and yes, thanks to Habitat for doing a lot of the heavy lifting and leading this effort. That's how we kind of all got here, I think, in many ways. We think that especially the community engagement part of this that they have led is really kind of a hallmark for the best kind of development that can ever happen. Our part of this plan should result in the creation of 45 2- and 3-bedroom apartments for rent, affordable to households with incomes well under $40,000 per year, and first floor commercial space that could be used for retail, institutional, and office uses that meet needs identified by the neighborhood. We're presently working to secure financing for 2 buildings, one located on Granville Avenue and the other located on Franklin Street, each of which could accommodate 23 to 26 apartment units. Our design process for these buildings will integrate neighborhood participation through our community beneficiary process, inviting several neighborhood representatives to serve on our design committee. I can think of no better way for Dwelling Place to address the affordable housing needs in the community. In fact, no better way for the entire community to address affordable housing needs in the community than through the kind of collaborations that Plaza Roosevelt represents. Integrating housing with healthcare, education, art, and economic development helps to ensure that the neighborhood revitalization is truly comprehensive, creating opportunities for future growth while leaving no one, and I mean no one, behind. Thank you.
So I think Denny was setting me up with that art and history thing. My name is Stephanie Rosales. I am the program director at the Cook Arts Center of Granville Avenue Arts and Humanities. So we have a large stake in this because, for those of you who don't know, we are right here on the corner. And you know, true to what Denny was saying, I think what makes this project really unique and the role of Granville Avenue Arts and Humanities so special is the history of this neighborhood and these spaces that we're occupying now. And thanks to all of the partners, Granville Avenue Arts and Humanities has been allowed to play the role of using arts and humanities not only to document those histories and honor them, but to preserve culture and stories and narratives of the people who matter here in this neighborhood. So our role, as you may have noticed when you walked into the building, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're leading an Art Prize initiative this year focused on the stories and histories of and culture of the neighborhood. And I want to thank all of the neighborhood residents and the former church members who came here who have been actively showing up and participating and telling us their hopes for the space and their fears of what's to come so that we can listen, document those stories, and honor them as we move forward in big change, because change is scary, and the arts and humanities have a very special role in that, which I think is not happening in other developments, and I think it's really special, and I think Mayor Bliss was right that maybe other people might say, hey, maybe arts and humanities are important. Look what that can do. We're also really excited since there's going to be a new high school in our backyard. We are working really closely with GRPS to expand our teen programming and our daytime programming as well. So there's going to be a lot more artists coming out, and there's some of them sitting right here in the room who are Arts Center attendees and future Southwest Community Campus high school students. So thank you, everyone, and special thanks to all of the neighbors who have been leading the way on the resident committee, and many of which are participating in our Art Prize venue this year. We have a lot of talented artists and neighborhood residents who are going to be sharing their stories, so I encourage everyone to come out for that as well. Thanks very much.
Good afternoon. As you can see, I am not Jose. If you notice on the program, Jose Vasquez was supposed to be here, but I am standing in his stead. He had to work. My name is Gerald Bailey, and I am a resident. I am a member of the Plaza Roosevelt Resident Committee. And as it has been stated, we are the eyes and ears, and most importantly, we're the voice of the community. And I've said it before that it's not enough to just be a voice. You've got to have somebody out there listening to you. And so we are truly thankful for the organizational partners who have brought us to this very moment. We're grateful for the time and the energy that has gone into the plans and the honing of the plans and the honing of the plans again. This has been a learning experience for the residents. I can say for myself, starting out, I didn't know anything about anything and was just kind of concerned that I was asked to participate. But since then, our partners, hey, they have educated us. They have surrounded us with their expertise and their knowledge. So if you like to know the high point of the site and the low point of the site and the difficulty involved in grading and all the technical aspects of this project, I'm your girl. We pray that this site will give itself to support and sustain each of the vital components that have been represented. We've got a nice menu going here, and I kind of wonder if we're all going to fit on this site. But if not, there's plenty of room to expand, and we are just so excited about this project. And we believe that with each component working properly, that we are going to build a strong and healthy community. All I can say is, wow. Thank you.
I am just overwhelmed with gratitude when I think about where we were 4 years ago and where we are today. There is an incredible team of people at Habitat, many who have worked for years as we have attempted to bring the dream of homeownership, affordable homeownership, to families who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to have equity and long-term roots in their neighborhood and in their community. And there are hundreds of folks who help us carry out that mission through volunteering. We have a tremendous amount of supporters, so I just want to take a second to thank my team. You all are amazing, and I am so privileged to do this work alongside you every single day. We would not be here today without your dedication and tenacity for our mission, which is bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. So we plan to build approximately 19 houses on this site to carry out our mission of creating affordable homeownership opportunities, which is something we heard from the residents. We have built over 60 homes in the Roosevelt Park neighborhood, so these additional 19 will add to that and will also be accessible to folks with similar incomes, as Denny mentioned, for a family of 4, around $40,000 or less. We want to keep with our mission of continuing to bring access to affordable housing to our residents of this great neighborhood, but also extending this mission of convening these incredible partners and playing this role of bringing people together and listening to the voices of residents as they are a part of the change that happens in their neighborhood rather than the change happening to them. So thank you for joining us today to learn more about Habitat's work, about all of our partners' work in this exciting development. Soon you are going to start to see, you've already started to see this site look different and change. And so additional buildings are going to start to come down as we start to clear and prepare the site. We didn't have enough partners with 9 of us involved, so we thought we'd add one more partner to the mix. So this incredible group called Team Rubicon, which is a national veterans organization that typically responds in natural disasters, they look for training opportunities to train their volunteers so that when they deploy on natural disasters, they have the skills necessary to help in communities. And so they are going to help us tear down and clear the site over the next 10 days from September 1st through September 10th. As Stephanie mentioned, there's some amazing things that are going to be happening in this building and in the buildings adjacent to this building, so we want to make sure we honor the sacred memories that took place here in this parish. So we will not be doing anything with this building over the next 10 days. It will remain through our prize. But I would just invite you to take a look at the map as you leave this beautiful church. Take a closer look at our site plan. Talk to the other partners who are in the room if you're interested, and you're welcome to walk around the site. There are signs posted to give you a sense of what will be built in the future in this space. It is literally impossible for me to thank everyone individually who has been a part of this incredible journey that has gotten us to where we are today. So I just share my deep and heartfelt and genuine gratitude to each one of you who has played a role, and our enthusiasm as we continue to go far together here in Roosevelt Park. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.